So with Black Ops 4 being right around the corner, we're going to start seeing a lot more leaks come out here as time progresses. Obviously, with Blackout being such a mystery at this point, a lot are wondering exactly what this game is going to look like, how it's going to feel, what it's going to involve, and especially what the map and player count are going to be like. We might have our first clue on exactly how this game mode is going to play in regards to how many players are involved with the map. As many Battle Royale games in the past have shown, 100 seems to be the number of choice. At first, there was a speculation going around, a theory that Blackout was actually going to hold 140 players because somebody actually counted all the little yellow dots seen in this image that was taken directly from the trailer, the only thing they've really teased us with. A lot of people thought that the 140 player count was going to be the official number, but honestly, we have no idea what these yellow dots actually represent, and honestly, I don't think it's players. Now, with H1, PUBG, Fortnite, all these popular Battle Royale games having 100 players, most people kind of just thought that maybe 100 players is what Battle Royale Blackout mode is going to go with. Now, that is personally what I hope is the case. I hope Blackout comes out with 100 to 120 players. That's what I would like to see, because I feel like that's an appropriate amount for a Battle Royale game. However, if you think about it, the PUBG map is enormously large. The Fortnite map is like somewhere around 12 times smaller than the PUBG map, and the H1 map is relatively large as well. If the map for Blackout is a lot smaller, then of course it would make sense to lessen the amount of players because it would feel just the same. So I want to start out with this leaked image that came out on Reddit. It came out from a user named Germ500, and I'll link the article down below if you guys want to take a look at the Reddit post yourself. But here's the image, and it says up in the top left, English, Chinese, Korean. Obviously, this is a leaked image for pre-order. And on the left-hand side, we have the 12-player icon for multiplayer, and then on the right icon, it says 2 to 60 network players. That is the PlayStation Network cap. And 2 to 60 obviously means that the max amount of players for Black Ops 4 has to do with 60. And obviously, we're not going to see a total of 60 players in the multiplayer experience unless they decide to bring back headquarters, which is unlikely. I myself have got to play Black Ops 4 multiple times and, you know, have never seen anything or anything even hinted at a headquarters mode. Of course, we only played a pre-alpha version, so it could still be the case, but I don't think that's going to necessarily be the thing. And if this leaked image is like real and it's true, then we could be looking at a total of 60 players in Blackout. Now, don't get too concerned, because I understand the concern with this lower player count, because it seems that Call of Duty as a whole, as it's progressed, has wanted to decrease the amount of players that we are put up against. You know, as we've gone on, we've seen ground war being seen as a less of a priority. We haven't even seen ground war, in fact, in the recent Call of Duty titles. And then in Black Ops 4, the multiplayer experience overall has been reduced from a total of 12 players down to 10 players. And then to see Blackout being a Battle Royale where we'd expect 100 players as total being reduced down to 60 is definitely in line with the way Call of Duty has been progressing overall. However, I want to bring up Drifter's video. If you guys missed it, I'll actually link it down below. Drifter put out a fantastic video called Black Ops 4 Battle Royale Blackout Map Size versus Fortnite, and he did a perfect to scale comparison of the image that was released for Blackout, and on top of that, the Vonderhaar tweet where he referred to the Blackout map being 1,500 times the size of Nuketown, and he compared it to the exact size of the Fortnite map. Now, what he is compared here in this image, and of course he is credited, the Fortnite map is 5.5 kilometers by 5.5 kilometers. And in his video, he explains the direct comparison that he does, and he actually does it to scale. It's all mathematically correct. The Blackout map does come most likely to a 4.5 kilometers by 4.5 kilometers in size, which is in fact smaller than the Fortnite map by a decent amount. So if this is correct, if this theory is correct, that would make somewhat of a sense to decrease the players by almost 50%. It's not even a 50% decrease, but definitely makes sense, and I wouldn't be too concerned in that. However, honestly, I still would like to see more players. I think 75 to 100 players could still be decent because the buildings and the locations that you can drop in Blackout seem to be quite large, especially the skyscrapers that we saw in the trailer. That could really take a long time to, you know, battle that out, especially because there isn't probably going to be building. So building really speeds up the game in Fortnite, and it's not going to be the case in Blackout. However, the biggest thing is we do have vehicles in Blackout. We have helicopters, we have four-wheelers, we have motorcycles, we have trucks and cars. So these different variables will definitely speed up the game, including boats. So in this map, you can see that there's a snake-like river that goes right along the entire side of the map. So you'd be able to get in a boat and get around the map quite fast. So I think having those features would also make sense with decreasing the amount of players on the map. And maybe the circle, if there is a circle or storm, we could be seeing a quicker storm. That could also make sense having a reduced player count. So honestly, if 60 players is the max players in Blackout, I'm not too concerned. Now also, I wanted to bring up another kind of side point to this whole theory, and it really has nothing to do with the map size, but I wanted to include it in because it could have something to do with the perspective and the proportions on how big things are and how large the map actually is. So it does have some correlation to our topic in today's video. But David Vonderhaar put out a tweet back on June 10th, and he responded to some guy asking him, is bullet dropout only in Blackout or does it apply to the entire multiplayer? And David Vonderhaar responded, we call it ballistics. So instead of drop off, instead of bloom, they're calling it ballistics. And he says, we call it ballistics because it's a bit more involved than just physics simulation of bullet drop. We are still evaluating when and how and if to use it in multiplayer. The ranges are much shorter. Obviously that makes sense because multiplayer, it's quick, it's fast paced, the maps are incredibly small, the different ranges that you're shooting enemies is very tight. And then he followed that tweet up with, you can't simulate ballistics in a believable way if the bullet isn't actually taking time to travel. That is, in Call of Duty, normally when you shoot somebody, it's instant. When you put your target on an enemy, it's going to register and hit them instantly. The bullet isn't actually going through the air and taking time to travel to hit that person compared to, you know, let's say PUBG. It now becomes a usage and tuning question, and we'll be working on that forever. So honestly, I hope it's not in multiplayer. Leave multiplayer the way it is. Don't add drop off or ballistics or whatever you want to say, bloom, into multiplayer. I think it's a bad idea. However, they most likely will be having some kind of bullet drop, or what they like to call ballistics or bloom, in Blackout. That makes sense, and because they have it, obviously this map is going to be larger. It only makes sense. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. Drop a like on today's video. Subscribe to Carnage Clan if you are new. Of course, here at Carnage, we keep you up to date with Black Ops 3 content, of course, Black Ops 4 news and when the game comes out, and the beta Black Ops 4 gameplay. We've been known for Black Ops titles, so we are more than excited for Black Ops 4. It is going to be super exciting. We ran Black Ops 3. We did really well and got lots of world records in Black Ops 2. We're going to have fantastic content for you in Black Ops 4. And then, of course, we also have our mixture of Fortnite content, which, by the way, I'm more than excited to be bringing you guys some Fortnite team challenges here very soon. This is the first time we've even said anything about it. It's at the end of this random video, so I don't know how many of you guys are actually still here, but I'm very excited for it. They turned out great. I really think you're going to enjoy them because nobody's really done anything like these before, so look forward to those videos. Without further ado, drop a like. It really does help a lot. If you made it to this point in the video, comment down below hashtag Lord Vonderhaar, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Have a fantastic day, guys.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint contested.